Here we are. This may just be the longest stretch that Harambedome has ever gone for, as Jordan pointed out, potentially before this started. That
I don't think it's a potential. It is. I don't think any Harambedome has lasted into the playoffs.
Well, we kept the streak going. We're here. We've done it throughout. And not only are we providing content during season, we're providing one epi post-season to reflect on the season. We wanted to see how, we felt about everything. And it was especially appropriate to hear some voices on situations with how the season came to an end. So we are bringing you one last Harambedome this season. And we have one official guest on here that we were able to have on, and that is the loser of the league, Matt. How's it going?
You didn't have to add that last part. You could have just said, our good friend Matt. You didn't have to add loser of the league.
Well, good friends implied loser of the league is relevant to the content.
Well, let's be honest. Loser of the league with like an asterisk. Like Diggs was primed for like 6 touchdowns against the Bengals.
Okay. All right.
It's okay.
What if Evan McPherson was primed for like 15 field goals?
Yeah, I don't deal in the hypotheticals, Sean.
Oh, okay.
I know Diggs was gotten his 6 touchdowns.
Gotcha.
And all of them would have been passed to him by Dawson Knox.
Well, Matt, since you're a guest on here, would you like to go ahead and give us a recap on your season? Season recap, how you feel your season went and all.
It was going real well. I was 5-2. And I think I just went ahead and Jordan spoke into existence my downfall by saying he didn't understand why I was doing so well. And then right after that comment, miraculously, I just lost every other game.
Did I do that?
You did do that. So thanks, Jordan. Sorry, Jordan. I still love him, man. But no, it was a tale of two halves. I literally, if I looked at it, if I had won 2 more games when I was 5-2, I would have been in the playoffs. So it's just tough. It's just tough when Donta Foreman. I kept starting the wrong people. Like I had Russell Wilson on the bench when he did well, and put Jimmy Garoppolo in, and I put Jimmy Garoppolo in when he was doing poorly. It was just like I couldn't get the right players on for the weeks. Like every time the one player would do well, and he'd be on my bench. I was like, all right. It was just tough. Just tough making the wrong decisions week after week. Especially after how last season went, where I was in the championship and lost. So, quite the fall from grace for sure.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
especially some of the trades you made. Maybe they not making them would have helped you pick up those wins.
Yeah, I would agree with that. DeAndre Hopkins didn't really pan out. Donta Foreman didn't really pan out. Jamar Chase getting hurt when he did. Very unfortunate. Not having a good quarterback, Russell Wilson having the season he had. Just a lot of unfortunate. Cam Akers, he decided to pop off after I dropped him. The unfortunate situations played out with my team. I don't know what happened to Diggs. He kind of dropped off towards the tail end of the season. I think I don't know how much cold weather had to do with it, but it didn't feel like he got the production I was expecting.
From watching the games, it just looked like people were scheming up, let Buffalo beat us with anybody but Diggs.
So he got the Justin Jefferson treatment.
Yeah.
So overall, just tough. And then my buddy Kirk laying a big old egg against the Packers did not help. Game when I needed him most, he disappeared, much like Avatar, The Last Airbender.
You do acknowledge that Kirk was an emotional decision, correct? Having him.
Well, I mean, at first it was, but the last like 2 games he put up like 35 and then 47, something like that, like some great numbers. So I had a lot of confidence going into the Green Bay game that if he puts up, I don't know, 2, 3 touchdowns, probably will get into the 30s. Like I thought him throwing 3 touchdowns was a doable task, even if it was in Lambeau. But game script didn't go that way, and we ended up getting blown out that game. Kind of seems to be like whenever the Vikings lose, it's normally we lose by a lot. So that was tough. It was definitely tough, and then definitely tough to see that Cordell Patterson putting up good points was on my bench that week, and and just some unfortunate, he just had a better game than me. I think I put up like the lowest amount of points in the league for the final, so it makes sense that I would be loser of the league despite my record. Because I mean, honestly, a lot of my wins were just I had good matchups on off weeks for better teams. But it's all right. I've accepted it. I know what I got to do next time.
And what's
not
that?
Not trade, not draft a running back in the 3rd round. I should have gone for a running back earlier on. I needed a running back. I just never had one the entire season. I had a wide receiver, I had a good kicker, okay defense, no running back, and a finicky quarterback. Just crippled my team.
Yeah. How was Pollard like through the final few games? Like after you traded him away, he was what? I mean, it was. Did he have the 40-point game with you, or was that with JB?
He had a 40-point game with me.
Okay, so that must have been. He had like 20, 39 to 20. Like he was a decent like flex for JB the rest of the way. I wouldn't say he was like a bona fide like RB1 because of Zeke, but. I mean, JB had a good thing he was doing, kind of running that thing.
Yeah, Tony Pollard was definitely the better running back compared to Donta Foreman. I think I just looked at Donta Foreman's like 35-point week and thought that he could sustain that, but that did not prove to be the case. Carolina Panthers were just way too inconsistent on offense to merit any meaningful players to like get to that running back 1 or 2 status. So that was an oversight on my part.
Yeah, that's tough, especially when you get a guy that you think is going to be, does end up being the lead, but it just comes down to the offense as a whole not being that great, makes him suffer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Do we still have that losers trophy?
We do. But before we get into the deucing, we actually have another guest added in here. A little guest pop-in visit. Would you like to introduce yourself to the league?
Yo. Oh, can y'all hear me? Hear your boy?
Oh, shit, Posty.
What up, fellas? How we doing?
Oh, just pissed off.
I've been better.
Yeah, y'all had a crazy couple weeks, huh?
Yeah.
That is Jordan. My heart goes out to you, man. That's rough. It was a rough way to go about it.
Yeah, fucking failure of a season. Wish I could run it back with this team, but...
Fuck Loesch. It's not a failure of the season. The only failure here is Matt.
My failure of the season.
Yeah.
It was good.
The only one who's a failure is the deucing.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Well, Tuck, do you have any popping on here. Do you have any thoughts on how the season ended, how your season went? I mean, did we have you on to recap your season earlier?
No, I couldn't get on because I was working.
You want to recap your season real quick?
Yeah. I am actually super stoked about my season. I made the playoffs for the first time since the first year we started. So, huge win for me. I was really, let me go to this real quick. I was really happy with how Joe Burrow turned out. Like I said to you guys earlier, top 5 quarterback last year. I said it. You guys didn't believe. Well, I think it was just Worrell saying he didn't believe me, but
Of course, it was negative.
Yeah, he turned out real well. Won me some games. Jamal Williams, pickup of the year. For me. I was happy with my team. Mark Andrews, it's a great pickup. I mean, all these people I drafted. I didn't really.
Was A1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get hammered for the next one too. I think I had a couple. I was happy with a couple of notable wire pickups. Kenyon Drake, that was a huge one. That actually, you could almost tie that into me making the playoffs. Was picking him up that one week and him dropping like 30 or whatever to beat Sean. That helped tremendously.
Fuck that shit.
Zonovan Knight, came in clutch for me to another waiver wire pickup, which I feel like that's what it kind of comes down to at the end. Like, you can have a really great draft, but the people who win are the ones that really get going with the waiver wire.
Yeah, draft is more just like a foundation.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, you get the couple studs that really carry your team, but those people who randomly get, the 15 points per week are pretty good. But yeah, all in all, I was happy with it. I wish I could have gone a little deeper in the playoffs, but it is what it is. Losing to bitch-ass Worrell is always tough to swallow. But,
yeah,
especially because my team popped off the next 2 weeks, putting up 150 bombs and 130 bombs. Now,
and that was the only time a 6 seed beat a 3 seed.
Yeah, that too. Don't like having my name attached to that, but it just makes sense. It kind of makes sense with how my fantasy runs go.
Yeah, you gotta have a setback for a comeback.
This is big facts. Big facts. I'm excited for next season. Ending of the season was also crazy. Be a good one for the stories around the campfire when we get together later on. Excited for Gatsby. Not really about Harambedome, but super excited for Gatsby. So hopefully all the fellas can come through.
I don't think Val will be there. He was telling me.
Fucking real. Of course not. I haven't seen. When's the last time I saw Val? I hope he listens to this and feels really bad because all the stuff I go to, he's never there. The last time I saw Val, fuck, I don't even know.
I saw Val randomly at Sean's place not too long ago. Well, I guess it was a while ago now. How long ago was that?
I don't remember what game it was, but it was a little bit ago. Yeah, that was probably middle of the season, so like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Because I didn't see him. I really think the last time I saw him was when we drafted, not this season, but the one before that.
Really?
Wait, didn't we have a football game we all went to sometime this summer?
We played football, didn't we?
Yeah, sometime in the summer, right? I thought we did.
I think that was the last time. I thought that was when we drafted, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah, I forget what that was
But it
for.
was definitely that time.
You know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was over a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, Vroom, when you listen to this, if you listen to this, you hate me. It's okay. It feels really shitty, but I guess I can live with it for a little bit until I see you again.
He doesn't have time for losers, being the winner.
I guess so. Fuck.
He's also, his new best friend's about to be Flau because he's going to Texas.
He's moving to Texas?
Yeah, did he not? I thought he shared, was it the pod he shared that on? Are we exposing a non-Dome listener? Is that what's happening right now? Was it on Dome or did he say it to everyone?
I don't remember if he said it on Dome or not.
I know he said it on Dome. I just don't remember if he said it aside from Dome. That he got he's going to Texas for the next step in like his medical practice. He's going there. I don't think it's permanent, but yeah, he's going to where did he say? It was
He was going somewhere to like assist in flipping dongs inside out or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh. Well, fucking hell, man. Wardle's leaving. Ba left. Flowers been gone forever. Fucking
Yeah.
You were the first one of us to leave. You went to Australia.
Well, I didn't fucking move there permanently.
That's fair.
And also, you're right. Yeah. But damn. When does he leave?
You know, I wish I knew. I think it's like later this year in July, I think.
This man was just about to Irish goodbye. Not even fucking know it.
Yep. Now he can't even come on Dome. Oh, fuck. He's working right now. I do want to add, I have a statement from JB, who's unable to make a brief appearance. He wants to share with the league, quote, God, I cannot wait to cut someone else's name into the fucking deuce. Hopefully this is the beginning of McClendon's rise within this league. Looking forward to next year.
Oh, I have to put my name on that?
Yeah.
No, JB puts your name on it.
Yeah, JB does.
You have to put the next year's loser on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with a screwdriver.
With a screwdriver.
Just
Or
how
just something.
the shittiest way you can choose to carve a name, that's how you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Get a big old pocket knife.
There you go.
Yep. Well, Jordan, I want to ask, because Chuck kind of came in, stole your thunder here by my request, albeit, but do you want to share how you felt your season went? Because you were next up on that list.
I mean, made some good trades, had some good pickups, drafted okay. I still feel like the season was a failure. Wish I could run it back with the same team and hopefully stay healthy throughout, but I mean, I'm fucking pissed. What do you want me to say? I lost by 1 point something points. Even though, I mean, it's what it is.
I feel that way. I feel like I lost pretty closely last year. Kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I understand how you feel, Jordan. Hey, man, at least you're not the loser of the league. Could be
Yeah,
worse.
I mean, I think we need to have like a discussion about what to do, like a cemented concrete plan of what to do for games that get canceled if it ever happens in the future.
Yeah.
Because shit,
Yeah.
COVID year's game gets canceled, we designate backups or you have a backup on your bench. But this year it's just, let's use next week's points.
Just so you know, we have another guest in here. It's James Wardle. So,
Oh, boy.
I'm only here to talk about Avatar 2. That's what Sean invited me on for.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, tell me who is the actor that voices the high fade Avatar?
They actually got Alex Jones for that one.
The high fade and cop shaped Avatar.
Yeah, they got Alex Jones. They were gonna get Herschel Walker, but he backed out.
Oh, nice.
Tuck, I heard you were talking shit.
Yeah, you're a bum ass bitch.
For kicking you out of the playoffs.
Yeah, fuck you. You don't deserve that shit.
I'm very happy I at least got one win in the playoffs.
Unreal. Had to be me.
I'm also happy, Matt. You're taking my punishment idea.
You know, I don't think it's very fair that I won the first game. That didn't actually matter.
You always got to win the second one. That's all that matters.
That's why you bench your starters for the first game.
Yeah, you got
I
to
gotta rest my
You gotta rest them. Yeah.
Let them rest, yeah.
You got to.
Yeah, that was my problem. I work digs too much having them on my roster every lineup. I usually getting tired towards the end.
That's what it was.
It's crazy how this was like that much more of a fucked up season than like COVID was with the ending of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
I would
have it
not
easier
ever
during
expect
COVID. That is crazy. But
So yeah, Vaughn just needs to carve a little asterisk next to his name when he puts it on the trophy.
Do you think this is an asterisk season no matter what?
If I would have won, though.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's like the NBA bubble championship, what we got right now.
You know,
Yeah,
if I made it back up for the game that got canceled, would have been allowed to been subbed in. Then no asterisk, but you know, it is what it is.
It's just like Vol gets his Lemicki ring.
Yep.
Oh man.
any final thoughts on the season? Anything you want to share besides Avatar 2, Mortal?
Watch Avatar 2. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's fine.
It's actually
Also
a
watch
great
Megan.
film.
It's pretty good.
I thought it was,
I've heard trash.
I thought it was
What?
really solid.
Megan?
Yeah.
I've seen nothing but do not see Megan.
It's like you would if you're watching it, do not take it seriously. Like it is not a serious horror movie at all. But it's pretty fun if you watch it thinking this is going to be a fucking wild, horrible movie. It links up to that.
Don't waste your money on it. Just wait for it to come to a streaming service.
That's fair. Yeah, it's definitely a movie if you don't want to have to really pay attention and you just want to watch like a shitty scary movie. It's one of those, like those early 2000s horror movies.
Like a Krampus?
No, Krampus is actually good though.
Is it?
Yes.
Krampus.
Did you ever see that Nick Cage horror movie about like the toy store? The haunted toy store?
No.
Is that the one with the animatronics?
I think like some
Willy's Wonderland? No.
Yeah. No, I definitely saw it. That one was all. That's just really bad though. Like Megan at least had money put into it, and you can tell like it wasn't made to be pretending to be really good. You know what I mean? If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, it was like almost a horror spoof.
Yeah,
I think it's a
kinda.
spoof off of like Five Nights at Freddy's.
That was Willy's Wonderland was like I think it was trying to be a really good movie and take itself really seriously, and it's not.
No.
But Megan knew it was going to be like really funny as an idea.
That's the vibe I got from the trailers for Willy's Wonderland. It's like, oh, this is a satire, fucking making fun of 80s horror movies.
It kind of has that vibe, but I don't think it like jumps enough into it for me to like think that was the thought process going into it and making it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it seems like it was more of just like this is what we're known for, then yeah, that was the idea the whole time instead of this is actually the idea the whole time.
If they weren't trying to be campy, but it turned out to be campy anyway.
Yeah, Megan definitely like knew it was gonna be campy and did it well.
Alright, so I got that part 2 and then sneak into the theater for Megan. What
I
else?
can sneak into the theater for all of them. The only movie that's out right now that apparently is pretty good is actually Puss in Boots for some reason. It was pretty well regarded.
So good.
I did see Puss in Boots. It's a good movie.
That's what I've been hearing. And apparently the animation's actually pretty good. Like it's like Spider-Verse kind of.
It is
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
A Lions fan to watch a movie about a cat.
Yeah, listen,
So
it was a good film. A lot of Shrek people are concerned about the fact that it's not Shrek animation, and so I don't know how you feel about that topic, but I don't know. I mean, are we throwing spoilers in here? Do we care what I say about the ending?
Yeah.
Puss in Boots is at the top of my list.
Yeah. The fuck?
You go spoiling it.
boil a fucking movie.
Listen, it's good. All right, whatever. I'm just saying people are worried about the animation, so.
I don't think. I mean, I get that, but also, what, like, it's not like Shrek animation was going to stay forever.
Whoa.
It doesn't look bad, but it's not like that's the only animation style. Like, I really like the Spider-Verse style of making things look less realistic and more cartoony. I think that's not a bad thing at all.
I'm really stoked for the second one. Looks really good.
Yeah, me too.
You want to fly to Florida so we can go watch it?
I'm down. Or fly to LA.
Yeah.
You can come to Florida.
Nah, fuck you.
So,
You're in LA right now?
No, actually, I just got back like a day or two ago. I'm working this month here, and then I think in early February, I'm going to head over there and move.
True.
Yeah, but I just had to hop on, say Tuck's a bitch. I'm happy I kicked him out. He didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. I'll see him in the losers bracket next year while I'm round one bye.
Just make sure you drop your most valuable player.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea.
hey, if you could, before you leave, if you could crown an MVP for your team, who would that MVP be?
Draymond Green.
Fuck Draymond, bitch. Fuck that dude.
As the MVP of my team, I mean, it'd have to be like Tyreek Hill, but honestly, the person who showed up in the weeks when I really needed fucking points and won me games was Dalvin Cook.
Down.
Hey, speaking of Draymond, I was scrolling the web on Internet Explorer and saw that Draymond, his dick pic got leaked. Dude, who'd he send that to?
What do you mean?
I saw that Draymond had a dick pic leaked when I was browsing Internet Explorer.
I'm pretty sure that was like back in the Summer Olympics.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, that was like years ago.
Oh, wow.
So this is resurfacing again?
I guess. Or Jordan's looking it out.
No, it's just, no.
You're really curious
no,
about a big black man's dick, huh, Jordan?
Is he big?
What?
Saying, like, how tall is Draymond?
Good cover, bud. Good cover.
No, he's just interested in a regular man's dick.
You know what Shaq says?
Let's
Big
just
guy?
say he's not allowed in the shrimp company.
Hey,
Tuck,
do we have time to talk about how Draymond Green put up a better stat line than Jason Tatum did in the last finals game?
I don't think we do. Oh, wait, we have another person in here.
Oh my God.
Hold the phone. Who we got?
Yo, you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
What he did?
Is that Man Spider?
The one and only. Dude, you know it's good when the chat is popping and Caligula is offline, baby.
I hope that motherfucker doesn't join.
Dude, I'm mid mowing my lawn. I'm leaving looking like a travesty for Harambe and the squad.
Let's go.
Ted, you got a couple things. Recap your season, your MVP, and then trash talking the person that you just knocked into the deucing.
MVP of my team.
Yeah, I keep muting myself because I don't want the echo. So, but yeah.
Okay, let me pull up the app real quick. Well, basically, my season was a nightmare, but it ended. Obviously, ended real well comparatively. When I came on the podcast a month or two ago, it was looking bad. I was doing something, but I still told y'all. Like I feel like I still felt like I didn't expect to lose the league still, based on what y'all were saying the other day, where any given Sunday, this, that, and there was, I would say, which at some point in the season, I didn't throw in the towel, but I just gave up on the regular season record. Not like I could have changed anything if I did give up, but like I ended up not being concerned about that. Obviously, I was still doing stuff on the waiver, but not spending a ton of money because I was waiting for a late move or something. But then, yeah, I'd say one closing doors. You guys talked about it last time, which I was going to mention if I came back on. Was me and Jordan. If I could have pulled the trigger on that Cooper Kupp for Saquon deal, he told me Sean had the Justin Jefferson thing. But that was. You also hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we had that deal on the table. But I think in hindsight, I obviously should have taken it. The problem was that I think I had just won a game recently, and the standings were actually kind of close. So I was only like 2 games out of a playoff spot because it was still mid-season. But then again, I looked at my team. So I was like, oh man, I'm still not completely out of it. I still had Cooper Kupp on my team, so I was like, okay, like he can always snap. But then the problem was also I was playing Jordan that week, and every win was going to be a chance for me to get back in the playoff hunt. So I didn't want to like give Jordan Cooper Kupp and lose the game because of it. Saquon might have been on a bye that week, if I recall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it would have been like just giving him a free Cooper Kupp for nothing and taking an L that week when wins were still precious to me. Mind you, it did run through my head. The reason I also ran through my head, if I take this deal, JB's probably going to ream my asshole in the chat. And then, but then I was also thinking that Cooper Kupp, he did miss a game or two earlier with injury stuff. So I did think like, damn, this dude's probably good chance he gets hurt, which clearly he did. I didn't pull the trigger. I was told Jordan, I was like, if nothing goes through till next week, I would maybe have made the deal, but he traded Jefferson to Sean right then. Then as the season went on, kept taking L's. And on the podcast that time, I told y'all my team was built for the last 2 weeks of the season. So Jordan also dude, it is tough losing every fucking game. I'm telling you, like, I missed 1 or 2 Harambedomes because it's too depressing to listen to, and I never miss a dome. But, so Jordan on one dome, I was saying, he kind of criticized me for not pulling the trigger on the waiver being in the position I was at. And it was kind of true because it was more that I had a lot of money left. So then one of these last weeks, what I think helped me not lose the league was I did make a move or two that helped me out. So it was like one of these last weeks, I pretty much tossed out my whole bench and spent probably most of my free agent budget on like 4 different running backs. I'm looking for dart throws. I think I got there was somebody filling in for injured player that got points for a couple weeks. I don't remember who. But then, when I made all those pickups, Cam Akers was one of them, and he ended up being my saving grace really in those last couple weeks. So those few dart throws I made at the very end ended up paying off. What really fucked my season? Really, I'm with Sean. Fuck Aaron, dude. Aaron. Everything aside, like my team had injuries, this, that, and luckily Swift ended up coming back like he should have at the end of the year. But Aaron, like some of these weeks, having your quarterback put up 45 can get you wins when you otherwise don't. And Aaron didn't put up more than 30. I don't think he even hit 30 this year. And it's like he's Aaron Rodgers, so I was like scared to bench him some of these weeks. So I can relate to Matt and Sean's hatred of Aaron now. But yeah, so
welcome.
All that being said, my team performed what I needed to. The last 2 weeks, I probably didn't score I can look at the one on my schedule real quick. Because the first dude, and I started off the season, I put up 130, 133. I was like, oh shit, let's go. Then I had a 100. Then I didn't put up 100 except for so after week 3 through the end of the regular season, I only put up 100 once versus T-Nug, but he still put me down in week 8. Until the end of the playoffs where I had like 99.6 the first round. Then round 2 I had 121. Then the third round I had, well, I didn't really start people, but if I had started people, I would have had near that too. But so at the end of the year, my team did what we needed to do, thank God, because taking another L would be fucking depressing. That's the state of my squad this year. It was rough. And, you know, some of these weeks, I put in my waiver wires every year, but, like, in years past, you know, stinker tinkers, this, that, always looking up shit, but it's like, when you have 2 wins, it can freaking, I don't know, it was just depressing to think about fantasy sometimes. So I was not as focused as I have been in prior years, which sucked. But also, on my team, it was weird. The Bills' D was weird for me this year. They started out really hot. And they only went negative once. They were the 5th ranked defense. But before the playoffs, since week 2, they only put up over 10 like twice. Other than the playoffs, other than that last game versus New England, they only had 1 touchdown. So, I don't know. That was like, when you have other teams putting up like 20 points on you some weeks with the defense, it was like my team was not getting the explosive players that carry you to those wins. I don't know if that...
Yeah, it was more like high floor type deal.
Yeah, probably stuff like that.
Like a high ceiling,
like mid ceiling or like mid floor for most of my fucking players. Yeah. At that point, when I was in the middle of the year, I was looking at my team and I was like, because I had Cup and Waddle, so I was like, damn, with that wide receiving core, mind you, it's like Tua kept getting hurt, which didn't help either. But yeah, well, thank the gods. And Antonio Gibson, like with Brian Robinson, ended up taking a lot of that work, so that was tough. And my boy Deshaun, I thought his 9-month refractory period would help him out, but okay. So my MVP of the year, you said Aaron?
Yeah.
You know what? I would say for the clutch factor. I'm making my MVP Cam Akers. He was not on my team all year. I think I might have picked him up once in the middle of the season. I don't remember. But picking him up late, he helped me get over the finish line when I needed him. And he was probably the reason. Like last 3 weeks, which I know week 18 don't even matter. But week 16, 37 points. Then week 17 with the finale was 17 points. So and even before that, he had 20, 10, 12. So Cam Akers, my MVP for the clutch playoff factor. And then as far as shit talking goes, you know, Matt, I hate to do it to you, bro, but I guess it's Aaron put you down. It was a tough one. You were the only people in the end who voted to reset for week 18 by the end was Matt scrounging for that 1% redo, and Loesch, I think, just wants to see the world burn. He 100% just voted because he thought it would be just ridiculous, right?
Absolutely. He wanted chaos.
Because then I look back at Jay Drizzy had switched his vote in the end.
Well, yeah, that way I'm always on the winning side.
Dude, you got to play both sides.
Well, and it was that's only 2 options, so I was like, oh, God. I mean, this is all we got?
You can blame it on Cook Mish. He's not bright. He's not made for the position. The pressure got to him. That's why I'll be casting my vote for Jordan.
Here we go. Mr. Boatcaster over here. That's fine. Retire me. I'll go be the league historian, dig up old stats for fun. That's what I'll do.
The Cuckmish lacks.
We're not going to give you that once.
He lacks creative thinking skills. So, and then I will say, what is a bummer? I'm so relieved I did not lose again. Bizzle remains the only two-time juicing, which is a relief. And I was going to do the hot chip, and I was not looking forward to shit. I was getting so depressed thinking about that fucking chip. I ate some fucking habanero chips the other day, and they were torching me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these are like Publix chips. So I was like, oh my god. But the only thing I'm depressed about is I do like looking at that historical records and stuff, and I think before this season my team might have been basically exactly 500, so it'll probably take me like a decade to get these 10 wins back. So oh well, but at least I have the one ring, so that'll, even though my record is shite, which I guess Va's total record is probably shite too, right? He only made the playoffs a couple times.
Yeah.
But it just takes that 1 year, I guess. And now Va, I don't know if y'all pointed this out, but now I definitely told Sean I think Va he joins me as a Deucing and Harambe winner.
Oh wow!
Which is it's a special place.
You got Doc,
dude. Oh, I didn't consider it, but that's not a bad call.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It's a good thing you didn't lose, because having your name on there twice, that's not. I don't even want my name on there once.
Yeah, same.
Which
JB's the only one twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have made that nice history, and then
maybe Matt goes back to back.
I was just gonna say, Matt, you chasing that?
Back to back. Loser?
Back to back, dude.
Yeah.
So I could carve my own name in?
That has never been done before either, because JB's losses were separated.
No, I'm getting to the championship, the promised land next year.
Oh, bold.
If the league had decided on, I'm sure did y'all talk about this? If they had decided on week 18 reset, would Jordan have won?
No, I don't think I would have.
Okay, so because Josh Allen did fucking.
All my people ended up not really either playing well
or just Well, then I guess Harambe's fate was decided.
Wow.
Other than, are you saying other than if we just canceled it right then?
Or just like COVID years, we got our COVID backup that sits on our bench or whatever, but...
Yeah, that's true.
Shit happens.
Plus it was your squad that caused it, so what's on you?
Well, actually... And, I mean, we're just going to deny the fact that something happens for the first time basically ever in the NFL. I mean, I know it's happened before, whatever, but...
What, Sean's talking about some Lions player? We acting like a Lions player is, like, equal...
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, what I'm saying, it happens for, like, the first time ever, and we're just going to say that's not Harambe's will, that the game gets canceled, and... I mean...
Like, Harambe saw that Bob was coming back and did this horrific event to stop it.
Gave this man a heart attack.
All I'm saying...
Is our league cursed now?
Is it
running against Harambe's will?
I guess we'll find out next season. Does that mean that we're in a prime position for Loesch to potentially win the league?
That's how we'll know.
Well, let's not say that much.
Dude, that bombshell shook me up last week.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I can interpret Harambe's will, but I can make guesses. And I mean, I don't deny that he has that power.
Also, I know that, like, I was listening to the pod, the Loesch breaking that thing was dramatic as hell, because we were there that night. It happened right under our noses on the drive home.
How long after us leaving did that happen?
It was like on the ride, like because he dropped us. We got dropped off at Sean's apartment complex. You and I drove off, and then Wes must have done it right then. After
it was the drive to your apartment from that little parking area out front.
Yeah, I forgot I dropped you guys off at your car. Yeah, it must have been coming back in that little drive. He's like, Sean, he's broken. He's like, something must have happened. And I'm like, oh my God, you broke him. I'm like, you're going to have to tell the league. And the first thing he said, if I can recall correctly, is something along the lines of fuck no. And then he stuck to that.
But also what I was going to say is that when you were retelling the story, you really brushed over your desecration of Harambe, and I won't let that slide that easy.
What desecration? Explain.
That giant scratch you gave him, the scar he bears till the day Harambe's trophy turns to dust and when the world burns.
Yeah, I'd scratch him. That was the year I took him back to Melbourne. That was a few years ago. That was after that was after Kevin's win, because I ingrained Kevin's name on there because he never took Harambe home. So I got Kevin's name engraved on it and fucking had a seatbelt on Harambe on the drive back, and the seatbelt coming off fucking must have spliced it in a couple spots. But
so you just kind of flung the seatbelt off willy-nilly.
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't being safe enough.
It was pissed.
But yeah, he does have his accent mark over the E now. As hideous
Don't
as
even paint it like that. Stop. That ain't gonna fly.
Oh, I just put an accent mark over the E where it belongs.
It was
That's what you sound
unintentional.
like, bro.
It was disgraceful. And I'm just trying to put a positive spin on it. That's all.
Harambe sees that.
The Harambe knows, fool.
He also possibly kills.
Who now? Harambe? You're saying for your victory? So you're dying on that hill? That should have been how we left it. So if six of us are in here, should we just? I mean, not that anything's going to be official, but if that scenario were to, hopefully it never happens again. But if that's not, something along those lines were to happen, what do we just call the game, or was the approach we used good enough?
I think it was the right approach because it's the equivalent to what if nobody got hurt and wasn't affected it. But what if the championship, all the players had played, and then the losers bracket game, half of them had played. I don't know. It's just a uniform thing that works for all teams in the league.
What happens if it happens mid-season, and then you use next week's points to apply to the previous week?
I think if it happened mid-season, they would reschedule the game.
I wonder,
or figure something out. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking that. But I think the fact that this was the last week of the year and everybody had playoffs, at least, they were in the playoffs. I feel like they were just whatever, fuck it. Or the Bills players probably, I'm assuming, didn't really care about the one seed at that point. But if it was mid-season, then they would potentially have time to replay it if it was an important game. I don't know. I mean,
I'm just saying, what happens if same scenario game gets canceled?
Yeah,
mid-season. Doesn't get replayed. Do we just leave it? Do we apply points twice because points of the next week applied to the previous week and that week? Or
maybe just the week 18 that we don't play, use the week 18 points again. But it's what if people are hurt? Yeah, I don't know.
I think at that point we just have to take it how it is. If it's mid-season like that.
Yeah.
Run the Madden simulation.
Or you Madden simulation, that's not a bad idea. Or you do like we had. Obviously, you can't predict when games are gonna be canceled, but if you got players on your bench, that's whose points get subbed in, something like that. Because game getting canceled, in my opinion, is kind of similar to what if your running back gets injured on the first play of the game? You're not gonna sub in next week's points or when he's healthy's points. It's just the way that week ended up going.
Hopefully it happens again next year in the middle of the season so we can be mad at the cut commission for not setting a rule.
We'll set a rule at the league summit. Would you have? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say I did see some people online make Madden teams with their players from their fantasy team and did do a sim off of that. So it wasn't Bills Bengals. It would have been like Aaron Rodgers, Swift, Akers, versus you put all their fantasy people on a team and then watch the sim of that. I thought that was kind of funny. And then I guess just whoever wins that game gets the win. Not really points wise, but that's just kind of hilarious.
Opposed to the Madden sim of like the actual game that got canceled.
Well, on this one, you're not doing the sim of the game that got canceled. You're doing the sim.
No. But I'm just saying
on that one, though. Yeah, and just get the points off of that. That shit would be. Would you put injuries on to make it realistic?
Yeah, stream it on Twitch.
If you, Jordan, if we had decided that was the decision made earlier, where it was like, we'll just go ahead and just call it, would you have put an asterisk by your name? Let's just say like that. In that scenario, like where it's just treating it like a player's injured, like running back on first play of the game, and that's what happened with Josh Allen. So Vaughn didn't get Josh or T, and then you didn't get Dawson. Would you have considered that asterisk worthy?
If the league told me to put an asterisk by, I'm not willingly putting an asterisk by a dub. But if the league was like, that's an asterisk dub, you need to put it on there, then I mean, I'll do. What's Elon's favorite little quote on Twitter? Vox Populi, something like that.
Sounds like something Lowe should make his like username.
Exactly, but the will of the people. That's what I follow. But I didn't win, so we don't got to worry about that.
Yeah, now we worry about calling Bruins the Mickey year.
Now we got a Mickey Mouse champion, and just is what it is.
Well, I think it's fortunate that at least like all the people played and like people weren't sitting out and shit, because like depending on the scenarios, that final game, I don't know. It's all imperfect either way, but.
Well, Loesch sent a message to the league that I'm not going to read out because I refuse to say his words. But Vaughn...
No, read it.
No.
Well, for the sake of the league, you are not at fault for what Loesch said, but you need to be the conveyor of the message.
Yeah, you got to be the mouthpiece.
I'll send it to... no, it's good. I'll send it to Wardle, and he can say it.
No, fuck you. You say it. You're the fucking Smish.
No, listen. Well, actually, even before that, though, I do have to say that our Mickey Mouse champion, as he just called him, did release a readable statement. And so he said he wanted to say, because he's working right now, little working man, says, working man with a fucked up haircut.
Which is just his hair that he had all throughout USF. The entire time I've known him.
Maybe he was trying to work on some stirrups and they got completely slashed up.
No, I do feel bad if he's been growing his hair for a while and the barber hacked him, but to say his haircut is fucked up, it's like, well, that's been what you had the entire time I've known you.
You're like, bro, we done know that Ben looked fucked up for 4 years, bro.
Statement from
he needs to go for the pastor, he needs to go for the youth pastor. The Wardle look.
Too true. Why won't this fucking bitch commissioner say the fucking
fuck off? Go see Avatar 2. Now, obviously,
do we know if the carpets match the drapes?
He says.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up.
Oh, by the way, fuck this statement, Wardle. I saw Avatar 2, bro. You're not alone.
Oh, thank God! Thank God,
dude. Yo, Wardle, you have big spider energy, bro.
Fuck off.
You think Wardle would be Spider in that movie?
Wouldn't get this.
Bro. You think he'd be Spider?
Yes, sir. Dude, I had the 3D glasses on. I thought I was in Avatar world, bro.
You were digging that Marine, right?
I'm just wondering who the fuck high-fade Avatar was.
who cooked up the fire grill. I mean,
Yes, exactly.
you see that meme? He's like, this dude's whipping up some crazy hot dogs at the barbecue.
Is that real, or did someone edit that
No,
fucking
it's
fake?
real. That is real.
It's real, yeah, because like
How
a
does
bunch,
an avatar have hair?
No, it's like the human made, like 'cause the first movie, the dude goes in, becomes an avatar, isn't like a natural Navi. So it's like a bunch of the Marines from the first movie, like animated in avatar form or whatever.
And they got like some human qualities.
Yeah. What? Because they have 5 fingers and the normal people only have 4. Shit like that. But I guess they keep their fade. They just add a braid to it.
Or if you get respawned without that avatar hog,
Dude,
you're just stuck with the humanoid
World,
form.
that docking scene with the braids. Oh my god.
I'm more laughing at that girl trying to bang it. She was definitely pansexual trying to bang a tree, right?
And then she lost her mind from the fatal nut.
Yeah.
Hey, well, really, what's this statement from the
Can
champ?
you hurry up with the statement? We've been waiting.
Yeah,
We have to make small talk waiting for this.
my bad. So Vaz's statement is, obviously I'm very happy with how my season turned out. I had a strong draft that I was happy with, but I think I also had very fortunate picks in the draft that ended up being game changers. First one that comes to mind is, of course, Josh Jacobs, but I also got lucky with the Seahawks running backs getting injured and Kenneth Walker III being able to step up. Some said
That was more skill though. Like because he had the handcuff, right?
the handcuff.
I think he already had Walker on his team when he had Penny, right? So when one dude went down,
Penny. I had Penny early in the season, and he had.
Oh,
Walker.
but he had
wouldn't
your
give it to me.
handcuff?
Yeah, he had my handcuff.
oh right. Okay, so that's lucky, but also smart from him.
Yeah.
And he was lucky that Kenneth Walker was better than Rashawn Penny would have been.
Yeah, 100%. And he says some setbacks near the second half of the regular season with injuries, but that's fantasy, and I was able to find solid backups. I'd also like to say I'm glad I didn't listen to Sean and any of his bullshit trade proposals for Josh Jacobs. I'm actually reading this for the first time. So it's unfortunate that there was such an unprecedented final week that ended up extending into the next week. But I think we made the best decision we could as a league, and it's crazy that it came down to 1 point. Good,
I win, so it's the best decision.
good game to Jordan. It was a close matchup, and he was definitely a formidable finals opponent. Thanks for everyone rooting for me that last week. I'm very grateful to Harambe for deeming me worthy of the El Harambe for 2023.
Is he
Have
about to
we deemed
apologize?
anybody worthy?
I want
Is
to
he
give a
about to
little
apologize?
rebuttal to that
Is
because
he about to apologize for doing Me Too shit? Because that's what that letter sounded like.
I'm gonna say one, he's way too humble to be a champ, and I feel bad for talking shit now that he said good match to me. But yeah, I mean, kid got the dub.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about having Ted in this podcast right now.
Get out of here, fool.
Okay, so what did Loesch say?
Loesch said something along the lines of 2 words, and the first word was an F word, and the second word was our great Harambe's name with a lowercase h, and that's as far as I'll go.
He hit Harambe with lowercase.
Wait, what's that?
Sean, if it's the F word I'm thinking about, I think you're allowed to say it.
No,
Sean, say the statement.
so
Read
I'll
the
say the word
Stop being a little bit.
the word he used is
Fucking
fuck.
grow a pair.
The word he used is fuck.
Say
Yeah.
it together.
Never
In
mind.
conjunction with
So
what
Cole
word?
Popovic said "fuck Harambe." That is his statement, and not only that, but he put in the lowercase h for Harambe.
This
I have
is
so
why,
much respect
Why are
for
you
this
trying to
person.
protect
Jordan
him?
is going to get my vote. He is not afraid to do the dirty work for the people.
Why is
so much
Sean
respect for
always
this
trying to
co-host.
protect Cole?
I'm not
Oh, I'm
protecting.
not-
I'm protecting
Is
myself.
that him
I don't want
breaking
those
the
words
trophy?
coming out of my mouth.
You what?
Guys in cahoots.
That's very
New
true.
roller.
Honestly.
New butt buddies.
Yeah, okay, I'm not getting a tat with him, so.
Wait, spider tats? Are they spider?
Oh.
Also, I was thinking about this like a week ago. I think we need to upgrade I know, Jordan, you spoke on these fake bowls earlier in the season on a podcast, but I think that you and Tuck, you and Cole's Roomy Bowl needs to be upgraded to the Spider Bowl from here on out.
And I think when Vava has a bye week, it should be the bowl cut.
Then when he plays Loesch, it's the bowl of the fucked up hairstyles.
I got the worst haircut of my life. I've looked like this for 6 years.
Dude, imagine. Well, here's the thing. I would feel bad for Va, but at least he has a comb. Like, remember, Loesch couldn't even own a comb without it getting tossed out the window.
Well, let's remember that comb was
Looked like a brush. It looked like a brush.
It looked like
brush.
run it through the sand at the beach.
It looked like someone dropped it at the fucking
Through
beach.
the sand of the beach because there was flakes and crabs.
It was a dual-use comb, hair and pubic hair. Hey, actually, good news. I read something recently. It was just a headline. Obviously, I don't read articles, but crabs are about to be extinct.
That's good news.
That's real?
Yeah, the pubic crabs. Yeah, because more and more people are rocking
Going
the
bald down there.
Yeah,
More and more people are going turtle shell.
yeah.
So what you're saying, it's our job to keep it going.
That's what I'm
That's why I
rocking.
used to shave my pubes. I got a nice colony down there.
They look like they're doing a little crab dance from that meme or something. Like some
Up on the LeBron commercial.
You probably got those brown crabs, boy. Yeah, I will say, going back, thinking on the season, I was about to be super pissed if I lost the league because the first week of the losers bracket, I think I had 99.6 or something. So not crazy, but I would have beaten both people in the other game. And I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me, because I was about to be livid if I just got the terrible matchup.
If you just got bad matchup luck.
Oh, yeah. That would have been awful.
Yeah, I was really stuck to be loser of the league.
Well, yeah, so
I have been loser of the league pool, I know.
yeah, Matt, you finally got your name engraved on something in this league.
All right, Sean. Okay. I'll be working when the Vikings are hosting the Lombardi Trophy.
I never expected to see two Vikings fans killing each other like this.
Are you going to pregame for the beer mile? Like, are you going to roll up with, watermelon juice? Or what was it? What were you drinking that one time?
Oh, a carton of watermelon juice, yeah. The soccer. That's all I had left.
Word of warning, don't go to Steak and Shake before.
Oh, I'm not going to.
Yeah, very true.
Is that what he did? I can't
Also,
remember what the
don't
restaurant was.
I think it was beefs. We talked about Flout eating the triple cheese, whatever.
Oh yeah, right.
No,
right.
No, I'm talking about Matt. I think he rolled up to a soccer game after getting a full meal somewhere, and then it was like, I guess he was rolling around dying on the ground every game, but that game especially.
Hey, listen, I was putting all out there, all right? You can't tell me that wasn't a secret weapon for that team.
Putting his all out there for a full 5 minutes, and then he had to go lay on the ground and drink his watermelon juice.
Dude, imagine putting your life on the line, hitting spin moves, hitting nutmegs, just for a troll to be wandering around in the backfield, giving up goal after goal, doing rolling around on his back. Wouldn't he end up on his ass half the time?
A lot of the time.
You're just a torch.
Well, it didn't help that our little terrorist goalie abandoned us.
Wait a minute. What the fuck? I don't think our game fucking stopped when that dude on our team tore an ACL.
Or when that dude on our team broke that chick's ankle. That dude moved back to England, right? The one that tore her ACL.
I was so confused. I'm like, what guy that I realized we're talking about Nicole.
Hey, relax. Has feelings for.
Yep, you got it. You stuck the land.
She's from the homeland, innit?
Oh, that was really good.
For a second, I thought you were her. Him.
Ed was
in the house.
Is everybody going to Gasparilla this month or this year?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Okay, I was wondering, should we? Because obviously it's more fun to do everything when peeps are there. Is the beer mile? Are we doing that for the next draft? Are we thinking, or for this gas peep? I feel like draft probably get more people, maybe. Well, because Bob should be there to get the trophy. So if he's ever available, whenever, he'd be good to schedule around. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like with Wardle bouncing, do you think you'll be back for that?
I'll come back for the draft.
Okay. Well, then Loesch will be here for the draft, most likely. So we'll do a draft.
And
Yeah, draft.
we'll just figure out the best, like if Bob can make it over what works best for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Definitely still need to cross up a fool on the NBA street court. Dude, that game was so rough. That shit was so fun though. But we were so we were drunk and it was pitch black and every pass was getting missed.
Yeah, it was not a magical game.
But it was pretty fun though. I was gassed and then Loesch was like, we run in the back? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because he sits beyond the 3-point line. Is like, pass it, pass it, pass it.
So we've got everything that we were gonna talk about pretty much, and we got everyone here. So how many people are gonna listen to this? Maybe JB.
I'll probably give it another listen. Just to
give it a listen.
Just
All
to
right.
critique myself.
I'll listen just to hear myself talk.
Does Loesch listen?
No,
he definitely listened when he heard me fucking finally rat on him, and that was because I know that, but I don't know if he listens aside from that.
What a bastard!
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and call this season.
Has anyone got to suggest before we wrap up here?
Yeah, anything else?
Other than
thoughts?
Any icy hot takes for who's losing next season?
I'd say a safe bet might be Matt back to back, double deuce.
I'm gonna say that's funny. I was gonna say it's gonna be Sean.
Oh wow! All right.
I want to see Sean lose. Actually, yeah.
That I hope that does not happen. Closest I got was when I beat Loesch for his loss. And that
You beat off Loesch?
That too. That was actually that same week. But all right, any ideas? I guess for the summit that we're going to talk about, anything that we want on the going forward, we want to propose later in the summer. Anything that's been swirling in people's minds that needs to change about the
Can
league?
you fix defensive fucking scoring?
Yeah, that'll get fixed.
You got to change it about our consent. What do y'all think though? JB shot it down, but I don't think PPR would be as bad as he thought it would. I have PPR is good, but I was wondering what folks thought about
I prefer half, but I also want to suggest keeper, at least one or two.
I'd say that, yeah.
JB wanted to suggest keeper as well. We talked about it at a different point. Yeah, I would be into keeper. We would have to figure out the details, but how many players you keep each year. But what do you do? You can do as much as you want, right? Well, if you do it, all of them, it's a dynasty, not a keeper. So a keeper's like what, like 3, 2, 3. You give up like a draft spot.
Yeah, you can set it, and then like if you keep your first round, you don't get a first round the next year.
Oh,
I don't know how exactly it works. You'd have to look into it, but
how would that apply? How would we want that to apply in a situation where it's like you drafted a player in like the 7th round, but they ended up being like a top, like maybe top 2 value? Like, do you just, if you keep them, do you lose your 7th?
Kind of one.
The way it works, I think, is like if you draft, unless it's the first round or the second round, something like that. Each year, if you keep them, it goes up a round. So like you won't get a 6th round pick if you keep a 7th rounder. You won't get a 5th round pick the next year. I think that's
right. That sounds familiar.
So like, yeah, I mean, obviously finding someone of value there is good, but you can also set limits to how long you can keep somebody. So you can be like, oh, you can only have this player for 2 years. You can only have him for a year, whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that would be interesting because, like, I think someone in the pod at some point was saying that, like, sometimes you, like, associate players with people after a certain amount of time, like, because they keep drafting them year in and year out, and it's like...
like how everyone's just going to let me draft Derrick Henry and Justin Jefferson next year?
I don't know. Well, this is your first year with them, so Matt had Jetta last year.
No, but I'm kind of like confident with him.
To set the record straight, JB draft. He's like, yeah, JB can't stop drafting Michael Thomas. Keeps getting hurt. I drafted him like in the 10th round or something. Like he was a flyer.
Like I said, this is the first year I've been without Duke Johnson Jr., so I feel kind of naked.
Serious?
Naked and afraid.
How do you not draft Dookie?
This will be the first year that Sean. This next year will be the first year that Sean will have drafted Aaron.
That's not going to happen, but...
Sean drafts Aaron.
Future Lions QB Aaron.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'll keep Jared Goff. I'll stick with him. Tug, do you have weren't you associated with like T.Y. Hilton or something?
He's just always associated with the Colts, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely always associated with the Colts.
Who did he just go on though? The Cowboys or something?
Yeah, a boy.
Yeah, he caught that third and 29 bomb or something from Dak.
Oh, T.Y. Hilton? Yeah.
Tuck, do you have a fantasy player that you've drafted multiple years?
I told you, it was Todd Gurley.
So there wasn't a duke out between you and Jordan for who was the Todd Gurley associate?
No, James had the duke out. Duke Johnson.
Yes, very true. Don't forget that.
I think there was dispute over whether or not my name was connected to Todd Gurley.
Yeah, because you won. Yeah. You were saying because he won you the league. Yeah. So yeah.
That's the only reason I said I'm connected. But I forget he wasn't. He was like Tuck's guy or something.
So like he did really good for Jordan, and he did really shitty for me like 3 times in a row. So whatever you want to put it at.
I'm definitely a Devontae Freeman guy.
Oh, true.
He is that boy.
Mainly because I watched him 1 week in garbage time beat me when he was on Ted's team.
And I think I might have had him once or twice too. Because I feel like, did he get traded in the 4-teamer? Maybe not. I don't know.
He might have.
Maybe you got him in that trade.
I've never heard of that trade before.
I think I did.
I was always.
We had to do
I always sad because I used to watch him ball out on the Knolls. So it's like when you see somebody ball out in college, you like have to assume they're like elite NFL people all the time.
Yeah, doesn't always translate.
Usually not.
All right. Well, there's nothing else to add. Let's wrap this thing up and give praise and glory to Harambe for another season, even though it ended the way it ended. You know, Dick's out for Harambe, as always. Any final words from anybody?
I mean, it's a decent ending that it didn't end up in the hands of the cuck. We didn't need it back to back.
I wanted that back to back.
I wanted it when I won too.
Can we end with one more awkward silence? That's perfect.
Avatar 3, people, 2024. See you there.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround. They filmed it at the same time as Avatar 2, right?
Don't act like you know about Avatar. Come on.
I've only seen it 10 times since it came out, so.
That's one less than me, pal.
Yeah, just like how your kicker was going to pound me if we did a redo.
I think he did. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I got third place. I got third place, right, guys?
Third place.
I don't know about that one. All right, well, final episode of Harambedome of the season is a wrap.